Alright, we are here with another Dominaria draft. Our rare in this pack is the Mirari Conjecture. Pretty cool card, but something pretty specific and not really what I want to draft around. Song of Freyalise is in this pack, and man, that is a strong card. Wizard's Lightning is here as well, pretty solid. And, what does this guy even do? Or Guros the Empty One. Flying, whenever he deals combat damage to a player, they discard a card, and if they can't, draw a card. That card is pretty cool. It's really one of these uncommons here. All three of them are very solid. Wizard's Lightning is the best card, I think, just in a vacuum, because Song of Freyalise kind of has to have a little bit of build around. And this guy is double black, so it really kind of commits me there. I think I'm going to take Wizard's Lightning just because it's, like I said, it's the strongest card all on its own. But Song of Freyalise is very, very tempting here. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go Wizard's Lightning. Oh, and a big payoff with Goblin Chain Whirler coming next. This card is an absolute beating. This makes me very happy I got into red because, wow, this card it's great in constructed, it's great in limited. Triple red is a tall order, but man, does this card have some payoff. So I'm going to slam pick Goblin Chain Whirler there. Alright, so here we have a pretty strong legendary that has some red splash in it with Tiana, Ship's Caretaker. Some other good cards in the pack are Academy Drake, even Sentry is acceptable. Not a whole lot here, truth be told. I think I'm going to take our legendary here, just because, Flying First Strike, not bad. The Aura Equipment, its secondary clause is not amazing, and this is far from the best legendary here. Maybe this isn't something I take. Maybe I try out the Academy Drake because it's a pretty solid card, and, blue works well with Wizard's Lightning with getting that Wizard sub-theme. White, I think, is a little bit stronger color in general. You know what? When in doubt, take the legendary, so that's what I'm going to do. Fall of Thran, that's the Armageddon one. Not a huge interest there. We have the Flame of Keld. Discard your hand, draw 2 cards, and then if a red source you control would deal damage to a permanent or player this turn, it deals that much +2. Seems like a pretty narrow kind of card there. Bloodstone Goblin is not bad if you have a lot of kicker. But here, I think I'm going to be looking at Mesa Unicorn is fine. Sarah Disciple is fine. Skittering Surveyor is very good if I need some fixing. And Jousting Lance has actually impressed me a lot as a card. I think I'm going to go the Skittering Surveyor because I have triple red and I may be splashing. I think this is just the safe pick here. If I was really committed to white, I might go Mesa Unicorn because I'm just a big fan of that card. But I want to make sure I hit my colors that I need. So here I have Gitu Chronicler, which I found to be a very strong card, especially, with cards like Wizard's Lightning. If I can get some stuff going with that, very, very good. I do want to point out that green looks to be pretty open in this pack. We have several strong green cards here. Grow from the Ashes is pretty decent. Gift of Growth I found to, be nice, especially because it untaps the creature. And Memorial to Unity is just a solid land. In addition to the fact that we do have some green and white in here with Shauna Sisay's Legacy. I do think I'm going to go with the Chronicler just because it's on point with what I'm wanting in the draft right now. But something to keep an eye on if there is like a big bomb coming in green. Here we have Aven Sentry, and I think that's going to be my pick because I do have this little bit of white splash, and it's just a strong card. The Lava Runner would be interesting if I had a few more cheap instants and sorceries, but I feel like this card isn't as good and limited as it might be in Constructed. Run Amok's not that exciting, so yeah, Aven Sentry is going to be the pick here. And this seems like a pretty easy fiery intervention, solid removal spell. Knight of New Benalia is a better card than I expected it to be at the beginning of this format, but just going to stay on my central color here, and you can't really beat removal. Not a whole lot for me in this pack. I have no interest in the glider. Fervent Strike doesn't seem like that exciting of a, combat trick. I'm not actually sure what this guy... When he enters the battlefield, you may return another historic permanent you control its owner's hand. Not much there. Tragic Poet's kind of blah. I guess I'm going to take this Fervent Strike, put it in the sideboard. Not sure this situation when I would bring it in, but I'll take having it. Run Amok again, or Charge. I think I will go with Run Amok here. I don't know, Charge might be a better card. Charge is a pretty solid card, I've found. I'm going to go with Charge. Here, I'm going to... I'm not super interested in either of these, the Healing Grace or the Fire Elemental. I've actually seen Healing Grace do better things than I expected it to, but I'm going to take a green card that I actually don't really mind in this format, just because green does seem so open that I wouldn't mind building just a little bit of some green in my side here. So this seems like it could be a card I want now. I don't have any kicker, really. I have the one here, the Gitu Chronicler. But I'll take the Lava Runner. I think I have a higher chance of actually playing it. There's another one. Alright, so... hopefully we're going to have some nice stuff coming in pack 2 here. I don't feel too bad about this first pack. I have a couple nice pickups with the Chain Whirler. I feel like the Lightning's good, Chronicler's good. Ooh, the Weatherlight. That's pretty cool. A colorless mythic that we can just splash right in. I feel like there's no downside to that, right? Like, Crew 3's a lot, if I'm being completely honest, but man, you're just not really going to beat that in Limited here, right? I mean, we have other good cards in the pack. Pegasus Courser is a pretty solid common, but there's no chance I'm taking that. Same with Fiery Intervention. But, yeah, the Weatherlight it'll be. Worth noting, there are some other solid green cards in the pack. Thorn Elemental's not bad. I really like Grun. He's just a cool card. But yeah, the Weatherlight. Ooh, and Traxos? Man, that's just such a cool card, right? Like, is it worth drafting Traxos just for the hope that I can play him? I mean, how many historic kind of things do I have going here? I have the Surveyor, the Weatherlight, and Tiana so far. What's my other options from this pack? Keldon Raider. When it enters a battlefield, you may discard a card if you do draw a card. That's a pretty solid card that fits what I want to be doing here. Invoke the Divine's not bad, but this thing's so good if I can just untap it. I'm going to play the really, really gutsy strategy here, and I'm going to grab Traxos. Oh, Danitha? Heck yeah. That is a great pickup. I don't actually have any auras or equipment, but it makes me want to prioritize getting those, and even if I don't, 3 mana First Strike Vigilance Lifelink, that is just a bomb card. And here, we have some more great cards in our colors. Valduk, I do not think is bad at all in the right deck. Dauntless Bodyguard's solid. What even is this guy? Fire Fist Adept. It deals X damage to target creature an opponent controls, where X is the number of wizards you control. That's honestly not a bad card. Sergeant-at-Arms is good. But right now, I think I'm going to take Valduk and hope to draft some equipments and auras from here on out, just because those fit my themes with Traxos, the equipment at least for the artifacts. It also fits the what I want to do with Danitha. So yeah, I think Valduk is the pick here, and I'm just kind of try to do that. Like Short Sword, that really makes Short Sword so much more of an important card right now. So hands down, I'm drafting that out of this pack. Trapper's really good. Trapper with historic spells, which again, I'm kind of going to start prioritizing some, equipment and artifacts here because of my other stuff. I think Trapper is a really great pickup. Here, I don't really have anything else that I'm going to want to play, so I'm going to take the Wanderer. Not sure if I will be playing it, but it does what I want it to do. And here, while Gitu Chronicler, I'd say, is the the pick I would usually make, definitely just going to take Jousting Lance. Again, I want that equipment. I want that stuff to be able to put on Valduk. I want to be able to use it with Danitha, with Traxos. Heck, even Tiana really cares about the artifacts or equipment and auras. So we have a lot of payoff cards all in that same theme right here in this deck. This actually has me very excited. This looks like a lot of fun. Alright, so I'm going to take the Fiery Intervention here. Another just solid removal spell. You know, it is 5 mana. That's a little unfortunate. I'm probably only going to play 2 of them, but it does also hit artifacts, which seems really good in this format. There's a lot of artifacts running around. Every deck seems to have at least, you know, a couple. So you're going to want to kill something, right? One really cool thing about Valduk here is he creates the tokens on entering combat, not even when he attacks. Usually cards like this I found require you to attack with the creature to get the, you know, the triggered ability, but he just has to enter combat with the auras or the equipment attached to him. So even if you just have a short sword on him and you don't really want to attack in with him, this still he still lets you trigger that. Here we have Keldon Raider and Navigator's Compass. Typically, you know, I know people are not in support of playing this. It is a good trigger for a lot of what I have in here, but I think Keldon Raider is good enough of a card that I would like to play it instead. But there is another Keldon Raider. Do I take a second one of those, or do I take this Rampaging Cyclops? Double red is not ideal, but red is far and away my primary color. So I think I take a second Raider. I'm not sure if I actually play it, but we'll take it. I'm going to take this Goblin just because it's a 2-drop, and I would not mind having some of those. I don't actually think I play these Lava Runners. Other than this Wizard's Lightning, do I really have instants and sorceries in here? I guess I have the Charge in the Fiery Interventions, but that's... For it to come in with its +1/+0 and haste, it'd be pretty late in the game, and a 2/2 after I'm already at 5 mana just isn't doing a lot, so probably not a card I'm going to play. We'll see what Pack 3 has to offer here. Ooh, Baird seems like a really good card. The first Eruption is not, but there's also Juggernaut in this pack. Both of those cards fit my strategy really well. They are historic cards, so they do a lot of what I want to do there. You know, Juggernaut is just a solid attacker all around. Baird is, you know, a really good defensive player here. I want to say I'm going to go Baird because I would like to try that out, but the mana cost of Juggernaut being colorless is really huge. What is the call here? I really think I might go Baird. I've never drafted this guy. He seems really good and really fun. So I think I might try him out. I've been wanting to try him out, and this seems like a good deck to try him out in. Juggernaut's so good, though. You know what? Juggernaut it is. That's the safer pick. And look at that. I was rewarded with my safe pick there with Baird being in this pack. Although there is a Shivan Fire and a Mesa Unicorn. Obviously, I would be interested in picking up that Shivan Fire. But which one of these is better, Baird or Shivan Fire? Fire is so good. I mean, this is just like the strongest common in the set, right? It's incredible. But, you know, legendary creatures are pretty dang good. This guy seems very strong. Yeah, I'm gonna take him. And then here we have a Knight of Grace. That's a really great pickup for me. Those cards are extremely strong. Here we have so many cards in my colors. Wow. Like, not only would I be happy with Frenzied Rage, Dub, Triumph of Gerard, On Sarah's Wings, and, you know, I probably don't want to play Squee, but 4 different cards I would want in this pack. I think On Sarah's Wings is just the strongest one. It works with a lot of my other stuff being an enchantment. Triumph of Gerard is very good. I must say, this card has impressed me a lot, but On Sarah's Wings is just an absolute beating. Wow, my colors are just wide open. Another Tiana, but that is a 5-drop, and my mana curve is not looking good. Haphazard Bombardment, 6-drop, another Aven Sentry, but amazingly enough, as crazy good as these cards are, Gideon's Reproach might just be the right pick here. It's a removal spell, which this deck could use, and it's a 2-mana spell, which is kind of important for me right now, because look at all these 4-drops I have. Now, I'm probably going to cut a Keldon Raider, but I still have a lot of 4-drops here. I don't think it's the right call to pick up another Tiana. Haphazard Bombardment is not going to be my pick, but Tiana or Gideon's Reproach. I think I'm going to take the Reproach. I'm just going to be safe. And there's another Reproach, of course. I definitely think I pick it over the Knight. Ooh, Arvad. Of course, I'm not going to play him. I'm not in black, but that's just a really nice card. Here, Invoke the Divine is a really good card, but I'm also good with Banalish Honor Guard. It's just a solid creature in my colors. Voltaic Servant I like a lot. That combos with Traxos incredibly well. It honestly also kind of combos with the Weatherlight nicely, so I don't mind that at all. I'll grab Knight of New Benalia. Not sure I'm going to play it. Highly doubt I'm going to play it, actually. I'll take Memorial to War. Not going to play it, though. Take out this Goblin. I don't need it. Probably can take out the Charge. I don't think that's a necessary card for me here. I'll take Fiery Intervention. That seems fine. I probably want to cut one more card from the deck so I can run 17 lands just with as high as my mana curve is. That card might be Aven Sentry. You know, of my 4-drops here, it's probably the least impressive. Ooh, Frenzied Rage. Heck yeah. Love that card. Honestly, I really am a really big fan of it. So what cards do I cut? This is the really tough call. I think I cut the Sentry. It's the least exciting of my 4-drops. Maybe it's actually better than Keldon Raider. I mean, Keldon Raider lets me rummage, but it doesn't have flying. It is double red costed. So I think Aven Sentry is probably a little bit better than it. You know, it's possible I can get away with only 16 lands in this deck. I have the Surveyor to search one out for me. So that's kind of like half of a land. Red really went from being my primary color here to not my primary color at all. I have a lot of white. You know, Banalish Honor Guard actually isn't that good here, right? I only have 2 legendary creatures. Well, I guess 3. But... and I guess the Weatherlight could become a creature. But that's pretty unlikely at best. It's going to be a 3-2. Otherwise, it's just going to be a 2-2. No, I think I keep it. It's better than... surely it's better than Knight of New Benalia. Frenzied Rage, maybe? I don't know, I've been honestly a pretty big fan of this card. Jousting Land seems good. Voltaic Servant, I mean, it seems good because it's an artifact. 1/3 is not a bad blocker ratio in this format. It pretty much has Vigilance if it wants to attack, or it just untaps so many different things for me here that I'm happy for it to untap. Maybe I still cut Aven Sentry? I don't know, part of me really feels like it's a non-creature spell that I should cut. I don't really want to go below 14 creatures, I don't think. Weirdly enough, maybe I cut one of these fiery interventions. Make my curve just a little bit lower and hope that I'm able to beat them down just with my sheer power in the deck. I'm going to try that. That may seem crazy, but it'll keep my curve a little bit lower. Yeah, I think that's good. 9 and 8, that's probably a fine mix. You know, I do have a lot more white here now than I do red, with just needing the triple red for the chain whirler. So this seems fine. Yeah, I think we do this. Let's try this out. Alright, we are here for our first game in this league. I'm pretty excited to try out this deck because, quite honestly, I feel confident about it. This hand is what was my concern, that I get some higher mana cards and not so many lands. So we are going to mull this, as awesome as the cards in it look. But this hand looks a lot better. You know, if we get drawn into some lands, we get Juggernauts. Heck, puts On Sarah's Wings on the Juggernaut, right? That's pretty cool. So I am going to put that on the bottom. And we're going to get things started. I'm going to play the mountain first, in the off chance that I draw into 2 more mountains and I can throw Chain Whirler down on turn 3. But I didn't, but I am drawing lands, which is a good thing for this hand. I would like to be able to draw into Juggernaut here on turn 4 and just be able to play it. Weatherlight's not a bad draw. Still can't cast anything, but we're looking alright. Okay, Yavimaya Sapherd, good card. Gonna get a 1/1. Okay, not the draw we were looking for. We needed a land here, but we'll get to put something on the field. Hopefully next turn we get our land for Juggernaut. Because if we can get that 1 more land, I feel pretty confident about where we're going to be for the rest of this time. You know, it's possible we probably should play Weatherlight first. Yeah, that's definitely the right call. And then we crew Juggernaut with it when we play it the next turn. So if we draw a land here, we're going to be playing Weatherlight first. And we didn't. Okay, so this is putting us in a pretty bad spot, and we're going to be falling behind pretty quickly here. This is definitely unfortunate. But I do have confidence we can, you know, pull out of this downward spiral if we can draw into something. They're hitting us for 6 here, going to take us to 11, so we really do need to find a land this turn. Ooh, another Llanowar Envoy. So yeah, they're going to be hitting us big next turn. What, for 9? Oh, yikes. Yeah, that's definitely putting us on a clock we probably can't beat even if we draw our land. Yeah, we drew it. But do we... I guess we play Juggernaut. That way we can block something. But man, we still just die, right? Like, whenever that song goes off, I guess we play Juggernaut, and then the next turn we'll attach On Sarah's Wings to it, gain 6 life, and it has Vigilance. Maybe that's enough. It's probably not. I'm still a little scared of it, but if anything's going to do it, it's that. Because I presume they're not going to be attacking in with the Saproling or the Sapherd here. They'll attack in with the Envoys, which I probably just, I definitely just let go through. Because I need my Juggernaut to live to gain me, hopefully 6. Maybe if I draw a land, 7 life next turn. And then since it has vigilance, it'd be able to block in even whenever they all have their indestructible trample vigilance. And hopefully gaining 12 to 14 life will be enough. Yeah, so I let that go through. Go down to 5. What are we going to see here? Oh, Thorn Elemental. Oh no. That is not good. Traxos. Alright, so let's see if this can even work. I gain 6 here. And I go to 11. And then they're going to get +1/+1s on everything next turn. I'll gain another 6 off of blocking, taking me to 17. Will they be able to deal 17 next turn? So if I block one of their bigger things, well, I won't want to die. So let's say I block this guy. I still take 4, 8, plus 8, 16, 17, 18. I'd have to block one of these to live. I'm not sure. We're going to find out, though. Hopefully they're going to be scared enough not to attack in with one of their bigger things. Or with their smaller things thinking it's just going to die. Well, no, they have indestructible. They're going to, but... Well, let's see how it goes. Okay, so got ourselves up to 11. They're going to get their 1/1 counters on everything, and then they all just gain mega powers. Alright, so let's figure this out. So if I block the Sap Herd, I gain 6, I go to 17, but I still take 18 damage. Blocking the Thorn Elemental doesn't do me any good. Blocking the Envoy stops 4. They still get in for 7, 8, 9, plus 8, 17, which is exactly what I'm at. Yeah, I just lose regardless here, I think. I'll make sure my my numbers aren't wrong, I guess. So I'm going to put it in front of the Thorn Elemental. If it's going to die anyway, at least they have to have the Thorn Elemental... Oh, charge. Okay, that's it. Gonna concede there. Well, we actually had more of a chance in that game than I ever thought we would with going that far down on board. But I do want us to try to get a couple more low mana cost kind of stuff in here. So, like, I'm going to include Knight of New Benalia. And I'll probably include that over the Aven Sentry, I guess. Yeah, let's try to do that. Just to get one more low to the ground card, one less 4-mana card in here. I definitely will be going first. This looks good. You know, I have removal, I have Danitha, and then On Sarah's Wings for Danitha, which honestly does everything she did already, but just I'm good with gaining more life on a flyer. I mean, it's not the greatest thing in the world to attach it to, but why not? Ooh, Bayard is pretty cool. I might play Bayard next turn, just to stay on curve and then put On Sarah's Wings on Bayard instead of Danitha. Yeah, I think that's the right call. Gideon's Reproach on Danitha. Darn it. But good thing I did not equip her up with On Sarah's Wings beforehand. That would have been upsetting. And I have the mana where paying the full 4 for Sarah's Wings is not a huge deal. Alright, it does seem like my opponent's a little stuck on mana here, which is a good thing because Baird is going to restrict them from attacking while being stuck on mana. So that is a very big positive. I'm going to put On Sarah's Wings on him. He'll start flying over for, you know, a 6-point life swing a turn, 3 life link, 3 damage. And then I do have Wizard's Lightning to deal with anything they may throw down that I don't really want on the field. Alright, Mammoth Spider. Yeah, that's definitely a card I do not like, so I think I could attack in with Baird, they'll block, and then I can Wizard's Lightning to finish it off. Short Sword is pretty cool here, because that's going to make Baird even bigger. Yeah, that seems good. Alright, yeah, I'm going to attack in with him. On my Declare Attacker step... Well, no, I don't want to just do that, because then they won't block. Duh. I can't kill it with having 5. Okay, so they'll put it in front of it. I'm going to go ahead and strike it down. He will finish it off. This way I'm going to continue getting in for 4 a turn. As long as I don't see like a Blessed Light or something here, that would hurt pretty bad. Ooh, Shalai. That's a solid card. Nothing I can't deal with, because it can't actually block Baird without dying. But they're getting the spider back, too. Okay. The Trapper's not bad here at all. Let's go ahead and attack with him. Play the Trapper. And then hopefully we'll start drawing into some historic cards. I have enough of them in my deck that it'll start letting me tap down. Now, I guess it'll only let me tap down Shalai because she gives everything else hexproof. But, you know, just bouncing off the spider for a while, gaining me enormous amounts of life is not a bad thing. Yeah, Valduk, Keeper of the Flame here is pretty solid. I like this. Alright, so I'm going to tap 3, tap down Shalai. And what I can do is I can equip the Short Sword to Valduk so that he creates a 1/1 every turn. And that will still keep Baird alive through the Mammoth Spider. But it effectively makes him choose to either let Baird through or kill off the 3/1 with the Spider. So I think that's a good call here. Gains me 1 less life a turn, but gives me the potential to get in for a lot more. Ooh, this thing has trample too. That's cool. I didn't know that. Alright. If I can keep drawing into historic spells, this is going to be pretty good for me. Ooh, Icy Manipulator. That is a very strong card. Presumably going to be tapping down Baird on a regular basis here. Voltaic Servant is not bad. Go ahead and play it, get my activation out of the Trapper. Go to combat. They'll presumably tap down Baird. Yep. No reason not to swing in with this thing. Don't want to attack with the others right now just because they will, one of them will die inevitably. And I'll just get in for 3 or 4 damage otherwise. If I attacked with both of them, I probably get in for 6 here. If I was able to attack him with a few other things, it may actually be worthwhile. Just if I could end up forcing through enough damage to finish off the game. But right now, that's not looking like the case. Ooh, they're kicking something here. Sergeant at Arms. Alright, so that's going to provide a lot of blockers. Makes this game a little bit farther out of reach right now. Man, that Icy Manipulator is what's really getting me here. But Skittering Surveyor still does me some good. Still gives me that historic trigger. Yeah. I will be using his ability. Thin my deck out a little bit. Hopefully I draw into just some more good cards here. And go ahead and enter combat. So, drawing into Chain Whirler would be pretty great. Fiery Intervention would actually be probably one of my best draws here, just to be able to kill that Manipulator. The Weatherlight would be a very good draw as well. Luckily with Baird on the field, it's continuing to stop them from really getting to attack in. Like, even once this Song of Freyalise goes off, they can't attack in for that much because they have to tap 1 for everything. So I guess they can attack in for what, like 5 or 6 things if they want. But it does limit them in a way here. But this is what I like to see. Gitu Chronicler. Alright, so that's going to give me some options because I'm going to be able to grab Wizard's Lightning back with it. Be able to kill something. So I think here we... Well, no, they all have hexproof. Darn it. We'll go to combat. Attack in. We'll cast this and kick it. Leaving up the 1 red, since it is a wizard, we can cast the lightning off of it. I don't think we want to cast the lightning now, and we can't actually hit it to their face either because of Shalai. So we're kind of limited right now with what we can actually even do with that card. What are they tapping out for here? Looks like they thought better of it. I don't know. Blessed Light. And, yep, that's not good. Not good at all. So at this point, we're in pretty bad shape. Despite our life total being at 34, they've locked down the board pretty well. And realistically, at this point, they can just start pumping out counters with Shalai as well. That's going to be what really hurts me here. Yeah, because next turn they're just going to smash in with that Song of Freyalise. My opponent's deck is very good. Like, the Shalai and Icy Manipulators got me locked down. The Song is solid. I mean, I'm really happy with my deck here, truth be told, but man, just, this is a rough go of it right now. Alright, and that's a land. Let's see. When they attack in next turn, they're going to be able to put a 1/1 counter on everything, so let's presume we have 2. So 2 plus 5 is 7, 12, 16, 20, 23, 28, 26, just enough. If I block a couple of things, then I can hopefully win on the crackback. Let's see how it goes. Oh no, they have Vigilance. Yep, I'm just dead at this point. Alright, I'm going to concede here. I've lost this game because I forgot the Song gives them all Vigilance, so they're not even going to tap out to attack. They're just going to wreck my face pretty much. So it was a good game, hard-fought game, but off to round 2 we go. Alright guys, we are here with match number 2 in the sealed, or not sealed, but the Dominaria Draft League, and I'm pretty excited for this match. I was a little sad with how that first game went, but I feel really confident about my deck. Like, this hand looks awesome. I'm going to keep the heck out of this, hope to draw into, 2 more lands, and then I'm going to be in a good spot. So, we're going to get to start off with a Knight of Grave, hopefully curve that into Danitha, and then Traxos. Playing the Weatherlight to untap him, or heck, even Bayard. Like, we have so many ways to untap Traxos right now. Very exciting. So let's see some lands. Well, not a land, but we still have time to get there. Gonna need to draw 2 more lands in a row here. That's the goal, at least. Alright, opponent on black-red, it looks like. Luckily, Knight of Grace, well, it's not protected from red. I was going to say it's protected from black, but it's too late for that. Shivan Fire just ate it. But that's okay, because that means Danitha will not die to a Shivan Fire. Well, at least it won't die to that Shivan Fire. They may have another one. It is a common. But we're going to go ahead and slam Danitha down on the board, and hope that next turn we can play Traxos. Alright, they're tapping out for something. Alright, not a card that will kill Danitha. Yay. And she has first strike, so she will battle with that Thallid pretty darn well. Land, not a land. Darn it. I can't play anything this turn, that's okay. Well, wait. This gives auras and equipment? Oh, darn it. I don't have any of those. Okay. For a second there, I was hoping she was like, one of those, like, vehicles matters cards like we had back in Kaladesh. She was going to make my Weatherlight 1 cheaper or something. That would have been pretty cool, but no luck. That's alright. We'll hold up some mana, bluff like we got something here. Maybe get to play one of these guys next turn. It may not be the right call, but I'm definitely just going to be slamming Traxos on the field next turn, because I'm so excited to play that card. That sounds like a lot of fun. Okay, so Short Sword on the Thallid is not going to be great for me because, well, Danitha's going to not be able to attack into that. So we will not be attacking this next turn, but hey, we got our planes. Heck yeah, that's exactly what we wanted to see. So Traxos it is. He's getting slammed down on the field. Next turn we're going to play... I don't even know what we're going to play next turn. Do we play Juggernaut next turn? No, we play Weatherlight next turn, Juggernaut the turn after that? Yeah, that sounds good. Not attacking here with Danitha, though. That's a bad decision. Alright. Let's let Traxos live. Come on now. Don't fire intervention it or something. Please no. Oh, Skizzix. Okay, so this is kicked. And if it was not kicked, you sack it. But it has Trample and Haste, 5/3. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Is it going to attack? Surely, right? Okay, so they're attacking in for 9 damage here, which is just like, oh my gosh, that's a lot. But I'm going to be able to attack with Danitha next turn, get in for a couple of lifelink points, get in for 7 here, attack them for 9. Like, I feel like I'm just winning that clock, right? Surely I'm winning that clock. Ooh, Gideon's Reproach. That's not bad. Alright, so I could play something to untap the Traxos and block for me, because this Danitha's, I could block with it, but it's not going to do a whole lot. So, I mean, the Bayard could technically block for me, but he's not blocking well. The Weatherlight, I don't actually have enough to crew, unfortunately. The Juggernaut, again, can't block for me very well here. But if I go up to 15, I can survive 9. They're not going to have another way to deal like 6 damage, right? Let's hope not. So, yeah, I'm going to play the Weatherlight here. If I really have to block with Danitha, I can. I mean, that'll gain me another 2 life still. Yep, so we are going to smash for 9 damage. And, luckily enough, I do have 3 cards in my hand that untap that Traxos. That's something I'm really excited about with my deck, is I just have so many ways to untap this guy once he's on the field. Okay, so they're attacking with both. They're going to take me down to 6. I feel comfortable enough not to have to block. Oh, let's sure hope I do. I think their goal is just to have me not be able to untap Traxos. What is this for 6 mana? There's not like a deal 6 spell here in there anything, is there? I hope not. Okay, so they're untapping some stuff. Keldon Raider. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, discarding Lingering Phantasm. They can grab that back if they play an artifact. Alright, so we're going to play our mountain here. Now the question is, what do we want to play? Like, I'm at 5 mana. I could just play Tiana here, right? And what happens then? I attack in, I get in for 4, I get in for at least 4 here, but that means that, yeah, I think I'm just good to play Tiana, tap the Weatherlight, attack with everything. I think that's fine. I don't know, if they have one removal spell in hand, they have like a cast down, I'm just in trouble, but I guess those are all legendary. Vicious Offering is bad for me. Vicious Offering is pretty darn bad for me. Trying to make sure I don't just misplay this here. Make sure there's not a better way to do it. Yeah, I really feel like this is just the right call. Okay, yeah. They didn't have anything to come back from it, so we are going to sideboarding. My deck worked out exactly as I wanted it to there. I mean, this is literally the definition of what I wanted it to do. I'm really not sure I have anything I want to put in over what I've already got here, so I'm just going to keep the deck the way it is and submit. You know, I felt pretty good about that game. When you have a Traxos that you can just keep untapping, I think that's kind of how it goes, honestly, but yeah, it went well. Felt good. That's how I wanted my deck to play in the last match. You know, off topic though, I logged into Magic Online a little bit ago and saw they are now offering those Lorwyn flashback drafts. That looks pretty exciting. You know, I know a little bit about the Lorwyn block, not a whole lot, but it always looked fun, and I'm sure I'm going to try out one of those. You'll get to watch me fumble my way through it. So this is a hand I would probably keep if I had another mountain instead of one of these planes. If I could just slam this down on turn 3, put a Frenzied Rage on it, and just start beating in, I'd feel pretty good. But I'd have to draw into a mountain to make this hand work at all, so I am going to mull just to be safe. This hand, while it's okay, you know, I have the 2 lands to get me to Chronicler. If I can draw in 3rd, then I automatically get to Juggernaut. That looks good. Scry. Ooh, Weatherlight is a very tempting card here. I just need to draw 1 land. And I'll have, what, 2 draws, not including if I keep the Weatherlight? I think I'm actually going to keep this. That's a risky move. That's probably the wrong call if we're being honest, but I'm going to keep it. My opponent keeping 7. Going right in here with Divest. Ooh, choosing an artifact or creature card from it. So they are probably going to take the Juggernaut, but I could see the upside of taking the Skittering Surveyor just to try to hurt me on my mana. But I think Juggernaut has to just be the call here. This is actually a pretty good card against me. This is a solid little bit of sideboard tech. Ooh, they did take the Surveyor. Interesting choice, and actually probably the right choice, if we're being honest here. Alright, I did not find a land, but I did find Knight of Grace, which I'm pretty excited about. I'm going to go with it instead of the Chronicler. just a much higher upside card there. Let's hope they don't have a Sheevan Fire or something to deal with it this time. Deathbloom Thallid, that is fine. Knight of Grace works with it pretty well. Ooh, and it gets pumped by it. I actually forgot this gets pumped by my opponent's black permanents as well. That's pretty cool. Okay, so I can play the Chronicler here, and I will. If I draw into one more land, this is definitely where the Skittering Surveyor would have been fantastic. It would have played exactly as I wanted it to, but if I can draw into one more land, I'll actually be able to crew the Weatherlight with the Knight, now that it's pumped by their Thallid, so that's pretty nice. Alright, so they're swinging in with the Thallid. We are going to start racing here, pretty much. Hopefully I can draw a land and win that race with a Juggernaut or something here. Jousting Lance, you know, it's not a bad card. It's a card I can play, so I am fine with that. I'm going to attack in with both here, get in for 4. Play the Jousting Lance main 2, and then even if I don't draw my land next turn, it makes it not a worst case scenario, and I can just suit something up with this thing. And I'm sure I'll suit up the Chronicler just so I can have both of them be first striking in for damage. Okay, my opponent not playing a lot here. Ooh, so I found my land. So that's going to let me play the Juggernaut or the Weatherlight. I'm sure the Weatherlight is just the right call here. But I will be attacking in first. Get in for my 4 damage. But they do have a response. What's this? Ooh, Garna the Bloodflame? Okay. Enters battlefield, return all creatures. So that's not going to do anything. But it is just a 3/3. So it's going to get to block the Chronicler, but not the Knight. That's fine. I still get in for 3 damage. I don't think it changes my play here, because they're going to get to attack for 6 next turn, taking me to 8. I'm not going to be able to crew the Weatherlight. But if I play that this turn, play the Knight, get to attack in for 7. The Juggernaut gets to block, but it dies on blocking. So yeah, the Weatherlight's going to be what it is. And then I'll just pass my turn. Tapping out here again. 6 mana. Ooh, does this give all creatures haste? Ooh, yikes. That's a pretty dangerous card. Didn't even realize that. Oh no. Yeah, that's going to smash in for 11 next turn? Okay, so that's pretty scary. I may be fiery interventioning instead of doing anything else there. Keeping the Weatherlight and my Knight up for blocking. But I didn't quite get to the mana I needed for that. So do I play Danitha here? She can block the Thallid. Ugh. Not exactly in a good spot. I can get in for 7. Take them to 3. but then I just die next turn. Yeah, I'm not sure I have any way out of this. I guess if I play Danitha, it blocks something and I gain the 2. Then it could be alright. Let's see. Eek. Yeah, I am losing this game. Alright. We're going to sideboard. I don't think I change anything here. I think we're fine. Alright, sorry about that. I had to step away from the computer for a second. Not a hand we're going to be keeping. This is a much better hand. This is an alright hand. Skittering Surveyor. Truth be told, I'm not actually sure we want that. It doesn't hurt. I'm going to keep it. I get to play it, so that'll be okay. I'm going to play the Chronicler again here. Don't have any real reason to hold on to it for the kicking. I'm just going to let it work as a hopefully decent blocker. It's not that great of a blocker against their deck. I found they have a lot of like 3/2s in it. Definitely does not fight very well with those. Alright, we will play the Trapper here just to start getting as much value as we can out of it. Because the Skittering Surveyor will get to do its stuff. We'll get to probably put like Frenzied Rage on it or the Chronicler, something like that. If they play a creature this next turn, we'll go with the Skittering Surveyor just so we can tap it down. If it's something I need or want to tap down. But otherwise, we might just go Frenzied Rage. Ooh, Wizard's Lightning, no. I really like the Trapper. That's unfortunate. Glad it's out of the way before I played Frenzied Rage, though. That way we didn't get 2 for 1. So here I think I just play this on the Chronicler and start beating in. Just trying to get in for some damage, I guess. I could hold on to it hoping to draw into a better card, like a legendary creature, you know, Danitha or something with Vigilance or something like that. That actually might be the right call, just to play it safe and slow. Yeah. We're just going to do the Surveyor this turn. Make sure we hit our land drops, thin out our deck a little bit. Gets another creature on board. That's never a bad thing. We'll take a mountain. Okay, what do we have here? Thallid Omnivore. Yeah, that's a nasty card. That's a card I will not mind hitting with Gideon's Reproach. Ah, perfect. There is Danitha. That is the exact card I want to see. Because that's the perfect kind of card to attach Frenzied Rage to, right? Like, that's just so good. I'm going to hold up the Gideon's Reproach. And hopefully they just block because they... I don't know. Hopefully they block, thinking I'm just making a dumb attack here. I can kill it. Because, I mean, I'll kill that Omnivore any chance I get. That thing can get out of control really quickly. That opens me up for the ability to just throw Frenzied Rage onto Danitha next turn, start gaining 5, dealing 5. First Strike Vigilant, I mean, so good, right? Let's hope it lives. What's this going to be? Okay, Windgrace Acolyte, that's fine. Not worried about that at all. They sent out Lyrian Phantom. That's a solid card to mill. Ooh, Chain Whirler. I can't play it, but I mean, awesome to get, right? Okay, so we're going to throw Frenzied Rage on this thing. Oh, and it only makes it cost 1 less? I forgot all about that. That's cool. Okay, we're going to just attack with it. Start dealing some damage. Gaining some life. Alright, that thing's going to pretty much require a near immediate answer. Which maybe they have? Please no. Yeah, Fiery Intervention. Well, that's unfortunate, but nothing we can do about that. Okay. Banalish, Honor Guard. I'll get it on the field. It'll be able to attack in, try to trade with the Acolyte. And I mean, you know, honestly, just fine making that trade. Lets these guys attack in afterwards. But I really want to get out there as the Chain Whirler. Because the nice thing I can do with it is I can attack in with everything, hope they block one of these 2 smaller guys with the Acolyte, and then Chain Whirler will just kill it. But, well, Kazarov coming onto the field is not great for me here. That's actually just pretty solidly bad. So, that changes my plan a bit. But Gideon's Reproach, that's pretty good. So, what I'm going to do is I am going to attack. See, the problem is if I attack with the Banalish Honor Guard and they go ahead and let me trade, then this guy gets too big for the Gideon's Reproach. But if I just let it live to next turn, they're going to start activating it before attacking to get it out of Reproach range anyway. So I think what I'm going to have to do is just kind of try to bait them into a block with it. I'm going to attack with all of them. Hope that they will just send the Acolyte somewhere else. Hoping they'll put the Kazarov somewhere. Okay, so they are. That's exactly what I wanted to see. So the Kazarov is gone, and I'm going to lose my Chronicler, but that's perfectly fine. Just making sure that they felt like they needed to block around there. I'm honestly a little surprised they blocked with Kazarov. It just felt like that 1 damage they were missing out on was going to be not a lot. Okay, so they're going to nab my Chain Whirler, which is pretty sad. Especially if I draw a Mountain next, because that would have been a pretty awesome play. But here, they just going to... Oh, D2 Chronicler kicked. What are they even getting back with that? Fiery Intervention? No, Wizard's Lightning, of course. They shouldn't have tapped out their Mountains in that case. No, Fiery Intervention. Okay. Wizard's Lightning, I think... Well, I guess they have the mana to do what they want. Important to remember, Memorial to Folly can get Kazarov back for them, unfortunately. Well, there's the Weatherlight. That definitely opens up some possibilities for me. I will not be attacking. Instead, oh darn it, Fiery Intervention just kills this thing. Crap. That's definitely a good reason to to pick Fiery Intervention over the Wizard's Lightning. That makes sense now. They do know I have a lot of artifacts in my deck. Okay, not looking good for me here. I'm honestly surprised. I've done a couple drafts now, and this was definitely the most confident I've been about a deck. And I think this is the one I'm gonna go 0-2 on. So that's surprising to me. I actually felt really good about this. I feel like I had the most bombs. That's how it goes. I had a fun time playing it. But Kazarov is back in their hand. They're going to play that now, and unless I draw some awesome card to interact with it, I'm going to have a pretty solid string of draws here. I don't even know what actually could get me out of this. Ooh, On Sarah's Wings actually could do something. +1/+1, Flying Vigilance, Lifelink. Yeah, it still gets eaten by Kazarov. So not quite what we're looking for. Kazarov is going to kill both my creatures next turn. And like I said, if I put On Sarah's Wings on something, Kazarov's just going to eat it too. Like, as awesome of an enchantment as that is, I put it on Banalish Honor Guard, it's still just a 3/3. So Kazarov becomes a 6/6 next turn. They attack in for 9, 10. I go to 5. On Sarah's Wings is just coming in too late. Yeah, that is game. I'm going to concede it to him here. I'm curious. What was I going to see? Mountain, boo. Plains, ugh. Wizard's Lightning, way too late. Alright, we tried. We went 0-2 in this, despite what, in my opinion, was a pretty cool deck. But anyway, that'll be it for this draft. And I'm going to go check into these Lorwyn drafts. Those sound pretty cool. I might have to do one of those here soon. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.